I never mess with the photographers. Not that I get a picture of mine taken ever, but that's okay, that's why I stayed out of the picture. But welcome to both our Ratnas for TSK for 2022 Tata Steel 25K. Shubhashree, let me start by asking you, we saw in that AV over there, glamour is one thing, but being an all-rounder, playing wife, playing mother, and of course managing a professional career, how do you handle that?
First of all, I want to apologize because I came late. Trust me, it was not my makeup. It was the traffic. I'm not complaining. I'm
You
sorry.
spoiled my entire introduction there.
I'm not complaining, but it was office time. Anyway, yeah, coming to your point, I think anything if we want from our heart, we can manage it or we can do it effortlessly. So I want to do it, but I see my life like this. So I do it very, very effortlessly. I don't have to give any effort also. So we all play roles in our life. Sometimes daughter, sometimes wife, sometimes daughter-in-law, sometimes a mother, sometimes icon for my fans. So yeah, it's nice, and I'm really thankful to God that I'm living my dream life.
Well, now another new role for you to play at least at this event, JHULON. Let me ask you, apparently I heard a rumor that she's retired. I don't believe that. JHULON Goswami will never retire.
Me too.
There's no such thing as JHULON and retirement. She'll always be just as active, always be in the forefront. But I was just trying to do a calculation in my head. We have a lot of professional runners who come, run the 25K, some run even more than that. But if you were to go back and calculate over your career, the amount you run just because of your run-up every time you come to bowl, I'm sure it will be more than any marathon runner.
Well, it's difficult for me to calculate that. But yes, I do run because as a athlete, as a professional athlete, professional bowler, I have to do training. There's no shortcut in that because if you don't run well, you're not able to perform well. If you don't train well, you're not going to bowl well. And as a professional athlete, I have to do day in day out, and that is my bread and butter. You know why I'm saying that? Because as a young kid, when I start playing cricket, I never thought that I have to do so many exercise or so many running. I just enjoy sports, and that's always give me the driving force. And later on, I realized that as a professional athlete, professional bowler, you have huge responsibility because you are starting the innings. And if I do things here and there, entire match can go other side. So you have to sacrifice certain things and go and train well to perform each and every day for your match.
But I promise you, JHULON, we'll try and make that calculation at some point in time.
Yeah, you do it because I know you calculate all those stuff very well.
Yeah.
I know you since last 20 years in my cricketing journey, and your journey also been together in some other channel. I don't mention that. So you start calculating.
No, just don't mention how far back it goes, so that's fine. Let's stick to 20 years, that's good enough for me. But yeah, just imagine all those yards that are run. But I'm sure no matter what you do, people might imagine in your role, you're sitting, getting makeup done, and often you're having to be part of something that you don't have to move so much for. But still, I'm sure the inclusivity of running is something that you would have to adapt to keep fitness, to keep that kind of lifestyle.
Absolutely, because after delivering my child, I just realized that fitness or running is so important because I had C-section, and after that big operation, and after being mother, there is a lot of changes was happening. So I had to start with run only, because with that big operation I cannot lift weights or do any kind of other exercise. So my trainer said you start running. So I think running is one of the best exercise you can do every day, and you should do every day.
There you go, that's a simple message. Come on, let's have a round of applause for that. Simplicity, that's the kind of message that we want to get out there to everybody in Kolkata and get them to come out and run. It's not just about having one professional athlete who's run all her life to inspire everyone. We've got SHUBHASHREE doing that as well. So a good combination of both of you inspiring different sections of society. But for you, even apart from running for cricket itself, talk about the simplicity of running as a sport in itself, children, because you can see all people need is a pair of shoes, get out there and just run.
I think sir very well mentioned that if you want to run, you just need one pair of shoes and start running. And you know what? When we all are young, and I used to live in a village. For us, running is like once sporting day in the schools. So that was a running. But later on, we understood that running is an important element in our regular life. What she said after delivery, so you start doing running. So as a normal people, if you start believing that if you want to be a very good health, the lifestyle if you require, then you need to do not lot of running, just running. Like you can run, jog, walk, run, jog, and I enjoy like anything. Running is like if I go to the ground till today, first thing I do round of laps, then I do other stuff. But running is something I really enjoy. Each and every day, running is you cannot have substitute of running. Honestly speaking.
And during COVID also, what we did, we just ran. Because gym were closed. I was pregnant and I ran. That's it.
There you go. There's a message that's come. Khali paye dauro?
Yes, I did.
গ্রামের মেয়েরা খালি পায়ে দৌড়বেই। আমিও বলতে পারি because আমিও গ্রামে।
No, actually, you know what? That is how we know. তখনকার দিনে, I know those days that some cases are there, so you just do and running, and we do running. And honestly speaking, again, I'm saying, as an athlete, you're non-athlete, you just need to have little more, extra effort one time. And if you start falling in love with this, you're going to continue with that. You cannot stop.
Yeah, I think falling in love with it is something that's very important. Of course, the one connection they have is, well, we'll see little bits of you being enacted on the big screen, which of course we know we'll see a little bit of. So even for someone, I know I've spoken to at least one of the two people who played Jhulan on the big screen, and the biggest effort that they had to put in was trying to put in that effort to get her run up.
I'm about to come to that. That's what I'm saying. As an athlete, as a bowler, my first thing was make sure that my running path is good. If I run well, I can deliver better. Because if I'm not controlled by running, then I cannot bowl well. So as a bowler, your first step is you have to have good athleticism in your system. Then you're able to generate pace. Pace is something is coming from your running mechanism, and for that you have to need, again I'm coming back, you just need one pair of shoes and start running, believe in yourself, and you're going to be a very healthy lifestyle.
One piece of advice, avoid the high heels, that's all.
Yeah, absolutely, it's not good.
But let's give a final message from you to all of Kolkata who want to come out and
I
run.
think it's all said and done already. I just want to share my feelings. I am very proud and excited to be part of this event, and I felt fitter the day I signed the contract. So, so guys, and lot of people are coming to me and telling me, "ওটা কি করছো ঝুলন্দির সাথে? কি ভালো লাগছে তোমাকে ঝুলন্দির সাথে তুমি কি করছো?" So I am really, again, I'm really proud to be like beside, I can stand beside her. So, and a lot of people are coming to me and telling me that we want to be part of it. So, almost like whole Kolkata is coming to me and telling. So, we are really hopeful that definitely this time more than 15,000 people will come.
Wow, there's it. You put a number out there. What was 15? Let's try and get a target of more than 50,000 people. Can I confess something? You said you enjoyed standing next to her. I don't enjoy standing next to her.
I can see the chemistry because it's 20 years.
No, Shekana, too peshi lomba. I don't like
I feel good because she's female, she's a woman, and I feel good about it. You're a man, that's why
You've got high heels.
That's, I mean, I can remove my shoes and I can stand beside her.
Fine. Message statement.
Next time we'll give you one high heel for you.
Okay, fine. I'll get the high heels. But JHULON, there's something very special for all of Kolkata coming up. The Ananda Run that we are talking about is not only going to be for everyone, but you're going to be there at the start line. So just in case people need that extra incentive, it's going to be come and run with JHULON at the Ananda Run.
Yes, I'm looking forward to that because I'm really excited. You come and join me and run with me, and it's going to be something new experience. In my 20 years career, I never do all those things. Now I have a time, so I can do this Anand Run with a lot of people, and don't need to be a very professional athlete. Again, you just come and join and enjoy the moment. Let me enjoy with you guys because I never run in a roadside like this, so I'm looking forward for this.
We all are. I think Kolkata is looking forward to it. But whether or not the next gentleman enjoys the company of someone a little bit taller or not, he has no option. So I'd like to invite the Joint Managing Director of Program International, Mr. Vivek P. Singh, to please join us on stage. You can either jump over the hashtag or come take the long way around. Vivek, I'm going to start with a very pointed question to you. We've got a few folk in here who have been part of this run ever since its inception. You, of course, were there before its inception. How did you make Kolkata come out and run?
First of all, thank you so much, all of you, for being here. It's very special. It's been said, come back after a 2-year break. It's not easy. We realize not only how much Kolkata missed, how much we missed this. It is something really special. Yes, many people have put their shoulder to the wheel, and I see a wonderful couple here, Nomi and Prochi. They actually were the initiators of this run, and very kindly they handed over the mantle to us, but they've been a part of this journey since the very beginning. I remember holding Nomi's hand and making him take me to various places and various influential people, and he did that so graciously. They are both sporting icons of the city of Kolkata. So a little round of applause for Prochi and Nomi, such wonderful two people. But there have been so many, and when we came here, we already had an experience of Mumbai, which is a huge event, Delhi, which is a huge event, Bangalore. But I tell you, the spirit that you have in Kolkata, and especially with the authority, whether it's the Indian Army, whether it's Kolkata Police, Kolkata Municipal Corporation, it's unbelievable. It's what can we do if it's something that showcases Kolkata, and especially on an international stage. That's it. We are right there. And that's the pride that the city has within itself. And I think it's just fantastic. It's so fantastic, really.
It certainly is, but as I said at the start, we often use the word sponsors, and we prefer to say partners because it's so much more inclusive. But the whole influence of the corporate world coming together time after time after time, that makes such a difference to the landscape of an event like this.
Well said, actually. Thank you for that, Gautam. It's incredible. Today I spent a couple of hours, Amit Sinha and me were on the same flight from Mumbai to Kolkata. And he, of course, is the country head for the branch banking of IDFC First Bank. And we were talking about the run because that's the conference and that's the thing that's happening. And we didn't spend a minute. He didn't even spend a minute saying, IDFC gets this, nothing. Everything that he spoke about was, how can we do more? How can the runners benefit more? How can the experience be more? Same with Tata Steel. I've never heard Sarvesh, who have had so many meetings with, turn around and say, oh, we're doing this, we're giving, so much to the event. It's always been, what can we do more? How can the experience for the people in Kolkata be more? How can Kolkata shine more on a global stage? And that's wonderful. Look at this wonderful hotel we are part of, the Oberoi Grand. Mayan is here, sitting right here in the center. I mean, the way they have welcomed not just us, but the international elite athletes, it's something incredible. The athletes that have come here are the best in the world, and they keep coming back. And one of the reasons is because of the hospitality that the Oberoi Grand provides. So you will realize that every stakeholder, whether it's the title sponsor, whether it's the associate sponsor, every stakeholder is playing a larger part. I remember Brigadier Sir General Kalita being here for the launch, and the way he spoke about the Vijay Diwas trophy, we had goose flesh. General Kalita, of course, as the owner, is Army Commander, Eastern Command. We had goose flesh as he spoke. So whether it's, it's such wonderful people, the West Bengal Athletic Association. But I tell you, if we have to digress for a minute, Gautam, and if you permit me, look at these two wonderful ladies. This is sheer power. And I tell you, I'm sure JHULON knows, I'm sure SHUBHASHREE knows, but what running has done for the emancipation of women in India, very little has been talked about. You've got to hear stories of housewives, of people coming from various backgrounds, not very affluent, breaking social stigma, breaking barriers in running. I tell you, there is one thing that has really helped, apart from having icons like these people and carry their message, is the simple sport of running. Because a woman, and I say a woman, again, it's not just any different, it's just that they have much more societal pressures to deal with, many times than men have, especially if you go, into lower income groups. They have much more societal. They have found this to be a way of breaking barriers, of asserting their rights, asserting themselves, and gaining respect. Because running, you are the athlete, you are the hero. So suddenly they have people coming and asking them, how do you do it? How do you manage your time? How do you manage your responsibilities? And to see these two here, I was just sitting there, I said, man, this is so wonderful. So I'd really like to say, JHULON, SHUBHASHREE, thank you so much. You don't know what you all do by just coming here and being on this platform and JHULON saying, come run with me. You don't know what you all do. It's such a large message for India. It's such a large message for the world. Really.
Yes, trust me, Vivek. I don't think it could be classified as a digression. They're much more than a digression. They're absolutely the faces of the event, and they're joined by Mary Pierce, and you have the entire women force inspiring all the ladies. And I'm glad, SHUBHASHREE, you were candid enough to talk about running during pregnancy, being inspired to run after it. I can promise you, maybe 10 years ago, 15 years ago, people wouldn't talk about that. They wouldn't even mention it. If they did it, they'd do it quietly. And you were candid enough to talk about it, and I think that's what will inspire people to do so as well. And JHULON, of course, does it in her inimitable style. Just one request, when you're running, don't run in your foot bowling run-up style, because people will try and imitate you and they'll all fall over.
This time I follow your running style.
No. We love her to bits.
Run with me.
I will, I promise you I will.
Yeah.
We love her to bits, but the only problem is that she makes life so difficult when you're trying to imitate
Okay,
her.
I'll try to run your style, but you have to run with me.
Done. Oh dear, pressure. No pressure. Thank you so much to SHUBHASHREE. Thank you so much to JHULON, our Ratnas of the 2022 event. Before all of you leave, we're going to remove the table. The photographers will love this bit. And we're going to invite all the other dignitaries back here on stage.